Once I built a railroad, I made it run. I made it run, race against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a tower up to the sun, and ribbit and lime. Once I built a tower, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, gee, we look swell, full of the Yankee doodle-dum. Half a million boots went slogging through our hell, and I was a kid with a drum. Say, don't you remember? They called me out. It was out all the time. Why don't you remember? I'm your pal. Say, buddy, can you spare a dime? This is a song called Brother, Can You Spare a Dime? Definitely this is composed and became popular during maybe during the Depression, 1920s. And I think the Bing Crosby recorded this, and it became a hit. But what I got to know this particular song is by Peter Yarrow of Peter Paul Mary. Peter Paul Mary's I became very, very fond of, and as a matter of fact, the first LPs that I bought in my young life, when I age like 12 or 13, was their first album, Peter Paul and Mary. And but immediately I was taken by their intellectual attitude toward songs and folk songs in general, protest songs, political meaning, and all the social justice meaning, all these things. And but more than that, more than anything else, I was very, very attracted to his voice. Peter Yarrow sang, Peter Paul Mary, and sometimes he take the solo, and his solo voice is like very emotional in a way, and a very I would say like maybe tenor, maybe I guess, but very, very effective against Mary's. Mary is like a very low out type of voice, and Paul Stuckey is maybe a baritone voice there, and it's very, very effective with those three together in Peter Paul Mary. And yeah, so since then I became very fond of that group, but I was just 13, 14, 15 years old, and I didn't have any money to buy their albums, anything. When I was high school, like age 15 or 16, right? My friend in high school buy those LPs, like a fifth Peter Paul Mary's album, which I wanted to get, but never had money or chance to get that album. But it was very, very popular and worldwide, and in Japan, very, very popular. And so I kind of made Peter Paul Mary as my heroes, and especially Peter Yarrow's very intelligent song making. And I thought I was like a tremendously, powerful during my growing up years. And I understand Peter Yarrow passed away at the age 86, like a couple of weeks ago, and he is second to go. The first, Mary Travers, passed away, and Peter passed away a couple of weeks ago. And Paul Stuck is only remaining member of the Peter, Paul, Mary. And so, I really felt sad about him going. Of course, people has to go. And like, he's about 10 years older than me. At the age of 86, he succumbed. And so, I really felt that he is one of the greatest folk singer. Go along with the Pete Seeger and I say Bob Dylan maybe, and during 1960s, the folk songs are very popular, and therefore it's common for people to imitate them as a group or as a solo folk singer, and lots of people aspired to be a folk singer at that time, I would say. So I was one of them, but I was just a very young student, and I even didn't have friends to go along with me or anything. And when I got to the college, I met people who formed the Peter, Paul, Mary's type of group when he was, I think, in high school. And wow, why the rich kids could do that, studying at the same time, having fun with the guitar and singing Peter, Paul, Mary folk songs, forming their imitation group. That particular sentiment was, wow, how different from me, and how lucky they are to be able to do that. I think it's just because there are probably, resources available, financial resources available for them, and also their capacity of doing so, mentally capable of doing those things. Of course, they went to the university. Therefore, they are very smart people, and so they are studying as much. And wow, that's a different type of people are much more talented, and I felt that tremendously. But anyway, Peter, Paul, Mary's, I couldn't have albums until I started to work in Japan, and I kind of started to collect all the Peter, Paul, Mary, past Peter, Paul, Mary LPs, and those songs, those LPs, I listened to them 1,000 times, and I became a very important thing for me to survive during that time. During that time, I was suffering. I was working, especially 1976, 1975, 1974, 1973. Around that time, I wasn't happy about working in the Japanese company, and therefore that particular LPs, Peter, Paul, Mary's LP, helped me get through those. And so, over the years, I think I got to know Peter Yarrow a little bit better. I think he also had a little bit problem. Some kind of incident happened to him, and some type of a problem there. And also, they continues to sing as a trio, as long as they are able to. You know, the popularity of folk songs waned a little bit. In 1970s already, they are not making a hit, or they are not as popular as 1960s, and therefore I would say their career probably a little bit difficult, but they are continuously having the concerts, especially like Park the Magic Dragon, for example. That's almost like a very, very popular song among the children. So they quite often went to the children's concert and sang their songs. But I think mostly for me is like this collecting the folk songs, American folk song, British folk song, Irish folk songs, or whatever, and sang their own way. And when they sang, the harmony of those three, Peter's very high tenor voice, and Paul Stuckey's baritone voice, and I think Mary Trevor's alto voice, which is very, very effective, and they practice, I think, tremendously themselves. And so that particular practice paid off in the first album. Especially the first album is very well practiced, and sang very, very nicely. And so when I heard it, of course, that particular intelligence and beauty come through from that album. The second album is the Magic Dragon was in it. So that was like a second. And the third is In the Wind, the Blowing in the Wind. The fourth is much more different from the former three albums, much more contemporary tune to it, like a San Francisco Bay Blues, and so forth. So Monday Morning is like a very traditional songs there. And fifth is one of my favorites, Peter Paul Mary's album, See What Tomorrow Brings. That particular album became probably consoled me the most during my tough time when I was working in Japan. And anyway, sixth album is they incorporated rock and roll type of rhythm, and so that at that time already, 1966, 67, around that time probably it came out, and they are trying to kind of diverge from their traditional folk songs and trying to go a little bit different way, but still maintain their spirits of social justice and protesting some political agenda, and so forth. So sixth album is very, very beautiful as well. And seventh and eighth, probably I became pretty much not that much getting it. Peter Yarrow also, I think sometimes they produced many solo albums. And the solo album also very effective. This Buddy Can You Spare Dime, which came out, I'm not sure this is the third album or fourth album or fifth album. I don't remember which album it came out. That particular song is sung by Peter Yarrow, solo, And I didn't know anything about the particular song before that. So I didn't know anything about the Bing Crosby's versions or any history of that song. And I got to know that during the Depression era songs there. But when I heard it, the particular sentiment of being poor, being laid off, and don't have any money, so you have to ask for help to your friends. And that particular sentiment is very, very strong. Even though I didn't understand the background of it, I felt that particular desperation, particular sentiment, very, very deep in my heart at that time. And so, yeah, I probably keep the Peter Paul Mary's albums as long as I live, and I listen to them, and they sing to them. And I really like to play the guitar myself, and I don't have a guitar. I used to have a guitar, and I try to practice, but for some reason the guitar is gone, and but maybe I should go back to the guitar practice.